Welcome back to War Thunder. Welcome aboard the Ki-44-II Otsu, which is a light fighter at rank 2, and it has a battle rating of 2.3. Furthermore, this is a premium plane. It is equipped with two 40mm Ho 301 cannons with 20 rounds between them, and two 12.7mm Ho 103 machine guns with 500 rounds between them. And it even can carry bombs. It has the option to carry two 50-kilogram bombs or two 100-kilogram bombs. That makes it a rather versatile aircraft for Japanese, stats. Now, to have those big cannons, those 40mm cannons, seems like this is a very powerful aircraft. And indeed, it is powerful. It has not just power in terms of firepower, but also power in the engine. This plane has a really good climb rate, and it is very maneuverable over that. And furthermore, it can reach very high speeds. I personally managed to go near 700 kilometers an hour and, didn't rip my wings. And furthermore, it has really nearly no instructor interference, which makes it very enjoyable for me. But, there is not everything gold that shines. Two things. First of all, the 40mm have a very limited ammunition supply. Just 10 rounds per cannon, and they have an extremely high rate of fire. That means if you manage not to hit your target with a very short burst, you run out of ammunition and they appear in the void. The muzzle velocity is the slowest muzzle velocity of everything in the game, as far as I know. In reality, those 40mm had to be fired at a distance of just 50 meters to secure hitting the target. And this plane, as far as I know, was intended as an interceptor against B-29s. So the battle rating of 2.3 seems to be a bit surprising, to be honest. And those 40mm, they have HE. They have HE only. And when you think about this, at this battle rating you don't face too many big bombers. There are the H6K4, the H8K3 and K2, but they are Japanese. Now there are certain planes that you can meet at your battle rating. And we will see some of them in this battle. Now this is obviously a mixed battle. It was played relatively early in the morning. I stood up way too early. And the best investment, in my opinion, was to play this game. And the previous game shows exactly what I mean, what the problems of this aircraft are. Now, the cannons might be a problem, but when you manage to make them work, they might work really well. Alright? Yeah. The next thing is, it seems like the pilot is not really protected, and I show you this in the following clip. So I try to attack a Wellington, perfect lead, cannons. Oh my. And those are the few things that you have to keep in mind. The muzzle velocity of those guns is really slow. Now you saw a lot of hit registrations, and that is the second problem. Currently, again, big HE shells seem to do not the damage that they should do. I mean, those are 40mm HE rounds. It doesn't get that much bigger in the game, especially at this battle rating. And I did not hit with one or two, but with at least 5 or 6 shells. And the Wellington did not go down. I did not even get the kill assist. Just think about this. And this is the main selling point of the plane. But I still like this plane. I think under certain circumstances, it's really fun. And look what's there. A Catalina. Now this battle was played right after the disaster with the Wellington. So I made sure the Catalina has no chance. This guy might think, oh, this is the Pacific, the silent ocean, right? Yeah, those 40mm were indeed the last thing that pilot hit. Jokes aside, that was the first kill. I have half of my ammunition left. So good result right there. Now, to be honest, you can't expect to make, more than 3 kills with those cannons. It's just, the rate of fire is incredibly high. You put down the trigger for like a split second and half your ammunition is gone. It's like the shells fall out of the barrels. And you could see that was a very short burst. Numerous hits on the Do 217 set 7. He's heavily smoking. He seems to go down. And he doesn't. So I have to turn around. And there you can see the very good maneuverability. Indeed, this plane seems to perform better at higher speeds. But it also has the performance to support that. Good climbing rate. Decent maneuverability, to be honest, very good maneuverability, especially for a boom and zoom aircraft. And a short burst of just 17 machine gun rounds are enough to set the Do 217, the Do 17 on fire. Good result right there. He will burn down, right? He lost tail control and he put the fire out. Ooh. Yeah. Whenever I fly a German plane, I burn down instantly. But hey, that's War Thunder. So there is a Hurricane. I put some rounds into him. My aim was a little bit off. He rolls out of the way. He has no chance of following. I just have too much energy. And look at the climb rate. Look at that energy retention. Look at the maneuverability. This is a joy to play, especially at this battle rating. The Bf-109 F1 zooms through. I was lucky there to not get killed by him. He had the jump on me, but look at this. Look at this, how I rob him the energy. And I go out of way again, and I got the kill on the Do 217Z. So good result right there. And I turn around. That poor Bf-109 has really no chance. He had the energy advantage, he had the altitude advantage, he had the speed advantage. And now I'm behind him. He did not really anything particularly wrong. Especially from a normal player that just begins to play War Thunder, you can't really expect for him to have all the knowledge. And while I'm certainly not the best player, I definitely know my stuff at lower tiers. It might be a little bit seal clubbing, but I just do it for you to get you good footage. Yeah, surely. Believe me. You have to believe me. What? Okay, I just made it for fun. And I seem to have another go at the Hurricane. And that was when I fell into kind of a compression hole. But I zoomed through. The MiG-3 has absolutely no chance. And he sprays from a long distance and connects one shell according to the hit noise, but it did not even pop up the paper plane or the damage model. So, and look at this roll over beautifully. And try to do this with an American or a German plane. Yeah, forget it. Even at that low battle rating, they have no chance. And look at this. At point blank range, I ram a few 40mm into his fuselage. Yeah, you really have to shove it up their throat. Very short range. This is a very dangerous gameplay. But it's a Russian plane, so he just chews those shells and drinks a bit of vodka to heal the wounds. So he flies on. And then there is the next problematic, that is the engine overheating. First of all, the engine overheats when you web hard for an extended period of time. On the other hand, you can control it, especially with manual engine control. But I don't expect people at 2.3 to know about manual engine control, and you know they struggle to have a nice go at all in realistic. So I guess many people will not even have the time to interfere with manual engine control. And I have another go at the Hurricane Mark IV. This is a dangerous plane, to be honest. It has also twin 40mm cannons, if I'm not mistaken, but they have more ammunition and they are much higher velocity. They also have AP rounds, if I'm not mistaken. And I turn around, I want to have another go at this BF-110, but he hides in the water. Unfair sportsmanship, man. Unfair sportsmanship. So, there is the Su-2. And, yeah, somebody in chat complains that there is Japanese bias. No, this plane is very, very balanced. As you just could see. Jokes aside, there are 2 enemy players left. And I think just 2 of us. And this Su-2 tries to land. I'm not sure if he thinks he can repair there. I even don't know. And there you can see the interior. You have even a scope for long-range shooting, which makes not too much sense with those cannons, as I explained previously. Some ranging shots, try to get the pilot snipe, get a critical hit, damage of left wing, but it will not be my kill, I think, because the HE-112A0 comes in, and he has a 20mm cannon. He gets the kill. A few greetings into his cockpit again, and I fly on. And at this point I was not sure, should I go back to the carrier and try my luck with landing. This is not a carrier plane, by the way. It has no arrestor hook. And I'm not sure if I can make the landing. The next thing that you should know is about the flaps. This plane's flaps will rip at speeds that you normally do combat with if you do the energy fighting stuff that I just showed a little bit in this video. Around about 450 kilometers per hour they tend to rip when you do combat flaps, something around that. So I was not quite sure how the landing flaps would perform if I tried it. Now I just have 88 machine gun rounds left. I observe a little bit the beautiful work on the island. The new water looks really stunning. I can't wait to get back into ships, boats and stuff. And I really can't wait for it. Now, the next thing is, I don't know where the enemy player is. He can hide literally everywhere. It must be that Russian plane that I pumped some 40mm shells into. And the enemy is about to win with the points advantage. You can see they have 2 capture points. And yeah, we did not enough ground pounding, so to speak. Which is a bit of a shame. And I go near the enemy carrier group, but I hesitate. I don't have the firepower. In retrospect, would it have been better to go back to the carrier and try my luck with landing to get back all the firepower to do a suicide run on the carrier, counting on the HE-111 112 to stay out. No, there I got the kill. He tried obviously to land and crashed. I got the kill. And there you could see, just above 400 kilometers an hour, the flaps ripped. Yeah. The next thing is, the final note is that this plane has a not so good roll rate, which seems a bit odd for this kind of design, but I'm not an expert on this. So that's the battle. We have won. A good result right there. Yeah, I was really happy. 4 kills, 1 assist. So that's it. So let's have a quick look at the post-battle results. And remember, this is with a premium account and with a premium plane. Got some backups, and for the 4 kills, 1 assist, I got 62,000 silver lions and 5,676 modification research points. Please remember, I'm currently not researching anything. I was first in team with 3,377 score points. So that's it for today. Thanks for watching. Thanks for listening. I hope you enjoyed the video. Let me know in the comment section what you think about this plan. Like this video if you did. Subscribe if you want to see more. And we'll see each other in the skies of War Thunder.